Even the COVID-19 pandemic has not flattened the curve of violence and terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, aided and supported by Pakistan. It is trying hard to whip up havoc and violence through continuous ceasefire violations to infiltrate terrorists into the valley. However, Indian security forces have been successful in busting all the nefarious anti-India plots hatched in Pakistan. A report.
Frustrated by repeated failures at fomenting terror in Kashmir, the Pakistan Army has intensified the range and frequency of cross-border firing at the line of control. While Indian security forces are successfully eliminating major Pakistan-backed terrorists who infiltrate into Indian territories under the guise of cross-border shelling, Pakistan is busy targeting innocent civilians living at the border to avenge its defeat. Last week too, Pakistani troops violated ceasefire by firing with small arms and intense shelling with mortars along the line of control in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir, which led to civilian injuries and casualties.
नहीं अभी हमारे पास एक पेशेंट आया हुआ है जो क्रॉस बॉर्डर फायरिंग में निसार अली 75 साल का है। ये कस्बा से आया है। ये इसको क्रॉस बॉर्डर फायरिंग में लगी है, चेस्ट में राइट साइड पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा लगी है। पेशेंट की हालत अभी ख़राब ही है।
With coronavirus pandemic spreading everywhere, Pakistan is trying to take advantage of the crisis and push terrorists into the Indian territory. The onset of summer, particularly once the snow begins to melt, is another reason for an unusual spike in the attempts of cross-border infiltration in the last few weeks. As per data published on 7th May 2020, Pakistan violated ceasefire on the LOC more than 1,550 times since January against 3,289 violations during the entire year in 2019. This is nothing but Pakistan's old cheap tactic to mobilize the world opinion on Kashmir issue in its favor, as all of its attempts at selling a false anti-India narrative to the world has failed miserably. However, the Indian Army is all prepared to undertake operations across the full spectrum of conflict and is all set for every contingency.
Winter months are generally a little low-key, and with the improvement in the weather, with the snows melting, there is always periodic spikes have always been there. That is the pattern of the many years past, so there is nothing untoward in what has happened this year either. We were expecting that after 6 months of hiatus and not having been able to garner any support internationally, Pakistan would try to do some extra actions to try to draw attention back to the Kashmir issue, but we were aware of such a situation that might develop, and we are well prepared to tackle any such incidents starting in the future.
This period has also witnessed the emergence of a new terrorist organization in Kashmir, the Resistance Front, which not only claimed the most recent Handwara attack but also took the responsibility for the infiltration attempt in Kupwara's Kairan sector in April. Security agencies believe that it is an offshoot of Pakistan-backed terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba, which has been under pressure due to the monitoring of Pakistan-based terror groups by Financial Action Task Force. Indian Army Chief, however, suggested that this new group should instead be called Terror Revival Front, as it is created by Pakistan to accomplish its unsuccessful agendas to inflict any damage to India.
Well, I would rather call it Terror Revival Front, because that's all it is. It is another terrorist organization by another name. There should be no doubt about that whatsoever. And this is a terrorist organization supported by its proxies from across the border, and we have no doubt that they have got foreign support. And over the years, a number of terrorist organizations have come up with different names, but that's what they are, terrorist organizations, and they will be dealt with appropriately.
Currently, when the entire world is busy fighting with COVID-19 pandemic, Pakistan is focused on aiding and abating terrorism. Pakistan Army generals who are at the helm of forming policies against India must realize at this point that all their strategies have proven to be counterproductive.